Hello, thank you for your interest in working for the state of Vermont. In this video, we're going to walk through the steps to complete your online job application and submit that application for a job opening. Before you begin your online application, there are a couple of steps that you can take to prepare to make the process work more smoothly. The first is to have your resume ready, or at least a page of notes regarding your work history and training and education. That will help you go through the pages of the application and enter the desired information quickly. The other thing that you can do is to prepare your computer desktop by closing any browser windows and applications that aren't needed to complete the application. So for example, have only our web page up, only the careers web page that you're going to use to apply for the job opening, and only those documents that you're going to use to copy and paste in order to complete the application. And everything else should be closed. So you complete your online application by logging into your careers page with the state of Vermont. In this demonstration, we're assuming that you've already created your user account, and we do show how to do that in another video. If you've forgotten your username or password, you can get that information by using our login help. You can enter your email address to retrieve your username and enter your username to get a password reset. In both of these, the system will email you the information. So if you forgot your username, enter your email address, and you'll get an email with that. If you forgot your password, the system will email you a new password so that you can reset and start over. If you've forgotten both of these, you can follow both of these steps. Just do it in that order. First ask for your username and then ask for your password. So I'm going to log in using an account that I created previously. So now I'm going to apply for this Administrative Assistant B job opening. So the first thing I do is I review the job opening description, and I can just kind of scroll down and look at all of the information that's provided here, including an overview of the job and the minimum qualifications. I can click on this link to go to another page that has more information about the job class in general. And then when I'm sure that I do want to apply for this job opening, I click Apply Now. So I can have a couple of choices in terms of submitting a resume. And we do want all information that you want to submit with this application to be combined into one document. So you would put your cover letter and resume, any other information that you want to supply into one file, save it, and then upload it here with your resume. So just one upload. And you can also apply without using a resume. You don't have to include any attachments at all. If you wanted to paste your resume into the application itself, you could also do that. In this example, we're going to upload a new resume. So we click Continue. We now have to pull that resume off our computer. So we browse and find the resume on our files. One tip that we do have for you is to give your resume a fairly short name. If you name it too long, the system will not be able to upload it, and you'll get an error that says your resume cannot be parsed. And you just need to rename it with a shorter name. So we successfully uploaded our resume, rabbit.resume.doc. And if I wanted to verify that I had selected the correct attachment for this job opening that I wanted to provide for this specific job opening, I could click on View Attachment and review what I uploaded. Click on Continue. And we now come to the application itself. So this is the Education and Work Experience page. I have an associate's degree, so I'll select that here, 2-year college degree. This is not a required field, but it doesn't hurt to provide this information. Then you start adding your work experience. This is where having your resume or some notes in front of you comes in very handy. So the start date is a required field. In this instance, no end date is required, and I wouldn't want to put one because I'm still working in this position. So I enter the start date, end date if applicable. and I enter the employer. And the job title. These are required fields. And now to enter this information here about my job duties that I had in that position so that the hiring manager has a really good, clear sense of what I have experience doing, I can either type this information in or I can copy and paste it from my resume. So I'm going to do that. So I had my resume open on my desktop, and now I just come down here and select the information that I already have here, and I copy it. And I go back to my application and I paste it in. And you have two ways that you can do that. So I will use Edit, Paste. You can also do Control V if you know how to use your keyboard commands. And then I can also provide more information here regarding the address of my employer, which is always good to have. So now if that was all the employment information I had to enter, I could just click Save and Return. Or if I want to add more, then I click Save and Add More. So I'm going to add another row of employment information. And again, I need my start date. And my end date. Oops. And my employer. And my ending job title. And I'm going to do the same trick again of copying and pasting. Okay, so I've entered my employment information. And I'm going to click Save and Return. And that brings me back to the Education and Work Experience page. And now I'm going to enter my degree information. So my degree is an Associate of Science. So I can click on this little magnifying glass and find Associate of Science right here. And I can click on the magnifying glass to enter a major code, or I can just start typing. So I'm going to try typing business. So the system isn't finding that for me, so I'm going to look up business. Business administration. Bad. No wonder I couldn't find it. And so then I'm going to save that by clicking OK. I could also add more information here about the school, and I could enter free form information about the minor that I had. Okay, so I've added that degree, and now I'm going to go to the next page by clicking this next hyperlink. And this brings me to the page where I can provide additional information. We begin with, do you have any qualifications as a veteran? Do you qualify for Veterans Preference Points? So you would enter that information here if it was applicable to you. I don't, so I'm going to continue on. And you can also add any special licenses or certifications that you have, or language skills. I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to continue using the next link. Now I come to the questionnaire. This information is required. So I'm going to say, yes, I'm 18. I am authorized to work in the United States. I don't have any family members who work for the state at this time. I have not worked for the state under a different name. I have not signed a legally binding agreement that I will not accept another job with the state. I don't have any conviction history, and we don't actually ask these questions anymore about your conviction history. We ask those at a later stage in the process. I do not have a bachelor's degree. But I do have an associate's in 1 year of experience, and I also have a high school diploma and 2 years of experience. So I've complete my questionnaire and go next. Here I can add references. I don't happen to have those handy, so I'm not going to complete that information at this time. And click next. This is asking me how I heard about this job opportunity, and I heard about it by looking on this website, so I'll just say that. Are you a former employee? Don't enter anything here. Just leave this as it is. And click Submit. So you can see that the next link is no longer available. That means we've reached the end of the application. So I click Submit. And here I can enter my self-identification details, including my gender, date of birth, and ethnic group. But I'm going to decline to provide those at this time. And then it's time to complete my my application by agreeing to the terms. So direct deposit is required for state employees. I also have to recognize that I need to be in compliance with the State of Vermont Tax Department. And by submitting this application, I certify that the information that I enter is correct and complete to the best of my knowledge, and that the state may verify it, and that if my responses are found to be untruthful or misleading, that could be cause for rejection of this application or even dismissal if I become employed with the state. So I agree to these terms, and then I click Submit. And I'm done with this process. So one of the things I don't think I mentioned as a tip when you're in the job posting is to print the posting description. So I can't show you how to do that now because I've already submitted my job application for this posting. But when you first visit the job opportunity that you want to apply for, I can show you on another page. We'll go back to our careers home, and now we'll look at the other administrative assistant B here. So if Jessica wanted to save this job description for future reference so that she would have access to the hiring manager information, she would do so just by printing it. Click File and then Print. I'm not going to apply for that job right now, so we'll return to previous page, and we're done.